Can I go rogue here for a second? And I'm just curious to ask the three of you your opinion about the Florida law which bans cell phones in school for kids under 14, I think. It's come out in concert with Jonathan Haidt's book, which is basically talking about the destruction of our young people because of cell phones. I'm sure it's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I'm just wondering, would the three of you support such a move in Oregon schools?
I'll jump in on that. I think there's plenty of evidence that the way students are doing, the things that young people are doing with social media is not pulling them in the right direction in terms of confidence and self-image, ability to communicate well. I don't know we can blame the phone. I think if the access to social media is going to be available regardless of the device. And I'm not a big fan of legislation that tries to control student behaviors when I would hope that teachers and parents would be educating students as partners around things like that rather than just thinking a ban is
Well,
going to fix it.
I think the extreme version of this is, parents and educators who think phones are as dangerous as guns and don't want phones in the school in the same way I'm sure you would support no guns in the school. So, but it sounds like you would not support that. I'm just wondering, you have any?
Yeah, so as an educator, what I know is when we ban something, it just means that that kids will find a way to hide what they are doing.
So you would not support such a
So
move?
I don't think it would be effective. I agree with Dr. Husk that when we think about what the ills of technology that impact our students are, it's really the negative self-image that comes from social media, because we also have to think about our most marginalized students who find community online, right? But that's not necessarily because they're scrolling on Instagram. That might be through online video game playing or other resources. So I think I worry about having legislation that says that we can't do cell phones in schools.
Yeah,
You're also a no.
Pardon? No, I have. I'm a parent of 3 kids, and I've seen the impact that phones can have. I mean, back when.
This is
We're not moving enough.
We're not fighting
Okay.
enough.
I was just about ready to share how when it used to be your cell phone bills had every text. One month my daughter had 13,000. It's a true thing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Your text, each one would come through. So like my daughter had 13,000 texts one year in high school. I mean 1 month. 1 month.
Wow.
And I was like, that was like one every. I did the calculation. It's like that's ridiculous. And it was all about the social things and like definitely taking her away from the classroom. So I think there's definitely we should think about what the appropriate rules are and guidelines. It's interesting if you go out to, I think you should go out to Mount Scott Learning Center, which is an alternative school kind of in the Mount Scott Arleta neighborhood. They have no cell phones, and the way that they do this, that is, when if you go to a concert and you have to put your phone in one of those locking zip pouches.
Right.
So literally, their students get a pouch,
Right.
and when they walk in the door, it gets put in the pouch, and it's locked, and it's the same technology. And literally, then when they leave, they unlock it and take their phones out. And at first, the kids were like, "I can't believe you're doing to this. This is horrible." And what they found is like at lunchtime, kids are actually talking to other kids, interacting with each other and not sitting there on their phones. It's really interesting. So I think there's could be a lot of potential positive, and you could actually do it in a way. I'll just say some things when I think about the complexities of it though. I'd also say that a lot of parents, the randomness of there could be a school shooting or something happening at a school, of them being able to reach their students. So I think parents might have also a point of view about it. And then the last thing, and this is from when I went to North Salem, which is one of the schools that's lower income in Salem. I was a student for the day there, and frankly, instead of at a lot of our schools, kids walk in with like their MacBooks and are using their computers. In those classes I saw, the high school class, I saw most students, because they didn't have Chromebooks,
All they have is a phone.
they had their phone. So they're looking up things on their phone and using that as their tool because they don't have a laptop they're bringing to class.
Related